Now I'll be taking a look at my progress for Pokémon Legends Arceus. This game, I started when it came out, but I just did not beat it right away. I played, I think, somewhere between 11 to 14 hours, and I was enjoying it and everything, but I just kind of got stopped there. And then I came back at the start of maybe the end or the start of the very start of 2025, so just over a year ago. And I finished the story, was working on the decks, caught most of the Pokemon. There's just a few legendaries I think left, but we'll see. We'll take a look here. Definitely enjoyed this game quite a bit. Not sure what I was doing here. So let's head back to just catching. Probably just doing like mass outbreaks, working on deck stuff, I guess. Building up my money. I still have a lot to do in this game overall. Trying to get that last star. I think I was working on that. Pokédex might be hard to show in this game. There's a lot going on. Okay. Let's take a look first at this. Wait, I want to show my... It's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. We'll get there. Alright. 93 hours, 225 registered, 9th star member. We'll start with the decks. So there's that. I guess we'll just go one by one on this one so I can show exactly where I'm at. So as you can see, I have some good progress on some earlier evolutions, but there's still a lot left for a lot of these Pokemon. It's a bit grindy, the moves especially, but it's fun. I do enjoy it. It's definitely unique, which is cool. There aren't other Pokemon games that have this level of Pokédex going on. And I like some of the ideas, I just think they went a bit far with it for some of them. Just make the requirements less, I think, overall, and it would have been pretty sweet. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential still with something like that, the Pokédex having more levels to it, and then also if they could just make a way where it's more clear like what ribbons you could get on your Pokemon and which ones they have, that would be awesome. I don't think they'll do that just because maybe in Home they would actually. Yeah, if Home could show every possible ribbon you can get on that Pokemon, I think that would be huge. See, I do try to work on the moves when I can, when I notice. You know, I'll check the decks a lot to see what I can do for a Pokemon, but there's still so much to go. But I do enjoy this game quite a bit. But like I said, my playthrough was messed up. It took like 3 years to do. So I forgot some of the details of the early story. by the time I was doing the later story, the middle story. So this game deserves another playthrough for sure for me at some point. Not soon, probably, because I'm kind of going in order, but we'll see how it plays out. If I feel like playing it, I'll play it. So you can see some blank spots here, some legendaries. Okay. That's the decks. Let's take a look at the party. Okay. So I think I was just training this one. This was not part of the team. Roselia. Just working on something. I think for a quest. Oh yeah, we have to look at the quests. This is my starter. Typhlosion, 128, 2022. Palkia, just working on the deck stuff for that. And they're just helpful for surviving difficult stuff. Same thing for Giratina. Kadabra, not sure I was doing with that one exactly. Is he? Wait, he might be my team. 2/2/2022. Huh. Magikarp training for something, I think. I think it's a quest. Okay, let's take a look at the pastures, which I did organize, or I started to. Oh boy. We'll start with the story ones. Vespiquen was definitely part of the team for a while. This is an alpha. Probably one of the earlier alphas that I caught. Very cool. Luxray, also part of the team, I believe. Yeah. Drifblim, also part of the team. Floatzel was part of the team temporarily. I don't think it made it all the way through. Probopass, part of the team. Alpha. Well, here's Alakazam Alpha. I feel like this was part of the team. This is the gift Growlithe. This is the gift Vulpix. Couldn't tell you what these are. I think they're just Eevee that I caught. I think I was trying to get all the Eevee evolutions for the decks. That's why these are here, but they shouldn't be there in the box. Cherim was using that for the quest, so that's trained a bit. Wormadam, I believe, same deal for all of these. So that's those. These are just ones I was catching. Just out and about. I have temporary boxes, and then I can sort them. Nothing crazy there. And then a lot of temp boxes. So we got the unknowns. Don't have a lot of those yet. Probably we'll need a guide for that. I feel like they're just quite hidden, and you could search for a very long time in the wrong places and not find anything. Okay, so I was sorting these, and maybe it is all still sorted by dex number, Hisuian dex number. So this is what I have so far. So I need Umbreon, Crobat. You know, I have a Floatzel, but it was part of the team, so it's separate. Because I do intend to do a living dex on this game. Living form dex. which if you don't know what that is, it's where you have one of each Pokemon, and then if it has different forms, different variations, you also have one of each of those. So rather than just fully evolved Pokemon, you have all the, you know, the whole family. And then Pokemon that have like a gender variation, you would have both male and female. So definitely still a lot of work to do here. And then I'm also working on an alpha dex too. Alpha living dex. Alpha living form dex, I guess. So, but that's more long term, because that'll obviously take a lot longer. Right now, the focus is on the normal living dex. So, these are some forms. Not organized, I don't think. Here are the females. Also not organized yet by number, but these are all female variation Pokemon. Same thing with this box. So all of those ones I just showed you, none of those are alphas. So now we get to the alpha dex, which is pretty empty, but at least it's organized. It started. Yeah, I don't know how difficult it is to get all the alphas in this game. I don't think it's too crazy if you're not an alpha. If you look for outbreaks, hold on, gotta fix this. 121. Okay, it's misplaced. I think the outbreak ones, you know, that's a good way to get alphas. And then the distortions, I guess those ones might be a little harder, but there's only a small pool of Pokemon that spawn in there, I think, so maybe it's really not too bad. I don't think it's too crazy getting all the alphas. If you're trying to get all shiny alphas, I mean, that's where it's really insane. That's where I'm gonna go for shinies that I want, because I can't play that much where I can just get millions of shinies. Alright, so here are my shinies. We have the Quest Ponyta, and then so let's take a look at these. This is, or I don't know if it is a quest, I think. So this is a Ponyta you get. It's guaranteed shiny. Pikachu. Found this, I think. Pikachu Outbreak. It's a female. Male Roselia. Shiny. And a Petalil. This one was a little hard to find. I was like looking and looking and looking, because it doesn't look all that different. Even looking at it right here, I'm like, all right, am I sure? But it is. So those are my Pokemon. Now we gotta look at my quests. So missions. I still haven't, technically I haven't finished the story, because I still have to do the Arceus stuff, because you have to catch every Pokemon, and that is what I was like working on. But as you can see, the rest of these are good to go. Requests, I definitely still have some of these to do, but I did a lot. I definitely did a lot, but some of these, like the Wisps, those are going to take a while to find, Gonna try to do it without a guide. I know it's a pretty big challenge, but if I work with my partner together, we could probably find them. With both of us working together. Couldn't figure this one out. It's the Seas Legend, and I don't remember exactly what Leventon said, so got really stuck on that one. And if you don't know this, like, I try to play games without guides for the most part until I completely like feel like I have no further ideas, or I'm like just really plateaued on my skill. That's when I would look to other stuff. So I'm not there yet. I'm still trying to figure this one out. So these are for the legendaries, special battles. Special battles with Ingo. So the Roselia one I think I was working on. Magikarp I was working on. And I don't know if I collected all the requests or if more will come after I do some of those. So definitely still some stuff to do. I really should get back to this game, because it's great and I have a lot of progress on here. I played a lot last year, at the start of the year. So there we go. That's, you know, I'm still upgrading my satchel. And one other thing. Does it show? Okay. Let's see. Okay, that mark in the middle, the red mark, that means you did the special battle with at Ingo's battle thing with the Pokemon. So lots of those still to do, but I guess it would have shown those as I go through. Yeah, so I've done a few of them, but that's kind of like the master Pokemon battles and Let's Go. It's kind of like that sort of thing where you have to do it for each Pokemon, which is it's a pretty cool idea. Definitely takes a lot of time to do, but definitely a really cool idea, which I like. So that is Legends Arceus, and now that brings us to Gen 9 with Pokemon Scarlet.